Hello. How is everybody doing? This is Patience here with Empty Nest Crafting. Today we are diamond painting, and today's diamond painting is Country Inn and Farm by David McLean. It's from Diamond Art Club. Sorry about the glare, I'm sitting in front of a window. I've been working on this for a few days. I think I'm on like day 6. It's taken a while, but that's okay. Because you know what? Right now, in this world we're in, we ain't got nothing but time. So, I'm going to go ahead and get to it. Looking for a color. I know it's here somewhere. There it is. As I said, my name is Patience, and I live in Texas. And we're in that couple of days here where it actually feels a little, well, now it's more fallish. We had a couple of days where it actually felt like winter, you know, where you woke up in the morning and things were in the 30s, and some parts of Texas actually got snow this year. We didn't, but some parts did. My daughter, who is in college, my youngest daughter, who's in college, she got snow where her school is. So she really enjoyed that. I thought I saw it. There it is. They like to hide. So that was interesting. My youngest daughter's in college. My oldest daughter lives out in the big world all by, you know, not by herself. She lives with her boyfriend. But she's on her own. She supports herself. Yay! I don't have to pay any more of those bills. So it's just me and my husband and our farm. We have a small farm. We have cows and chickens, and we have a few dogs, some cats for chasing mice, and I have my empty nest dog, as I call her. She's a little Havanese. She stays here in the house with me. So that's us right now. Just living the life, you know. Supposed to be traveling and stuff, but, you know, COVID. So, yeah, we'll wait. He's got a few more years and then he retires. So hopefully all of this will be past us and we can live somewhat a normal life, if not a completely normal life, by the time he retires and resume our traveling. I decided to start this page because I sit here by myself. And, you know, if I'm going to talk to myself, I might as well have somebody on the other side listening, right? Not really much happens here, so it's not a very interesting thing, but, you know, it is what it is. We've been getting our roof replaced. My husband and I built our house ourselves with our own hands. We live in a log home. As I said, we built it ourselves from the posts up. You know, we laid every log, built every wall, every kitchen cabinet, put in every door. You know, anything that's wrong with this house is our fault. But it's our house. We moved into it in 2006. So we've been in it for a while. Our kids, you know, finished growing up in this house. And we love it. We are out in the middle of nowhere. Good luck finding me if you ever try. We give people the address and Google Maps still gets them lost. Literally, the middle of nowhere. My nearest neighbor is 3 miles away. We have hunters that come out occasionally, but that's just during the hunting season. So other than that, it's very quiet out here. It takes 30 minutes to get to the grocery store, to get to church. When my kids were in school, it took 30 minutes to get to school. I live so far out, the post office won't even put a mailbox at my house. I have to drive 3 miles to check my mail, and if something doesn't fit in my mailbox, it doesn't get left at my door like normal people. No, I have to drive 30 minutes. That's right, 30 minutes to go get it from the post office, because nothing is close here. There's days it drives me crazy. You know, if I go to the grocery store and I forget something, it's like, oh well, I'm not going back, so we just have to do without it till we go again. which, you know, most of the time it's not that bad. My husband is a firefighter, and so he works 24 hours on, 48 off. So if we time everything right on his, you know, every 3 days when he goes to work, I send him with a list, and when he's on his way home the next day, he stops at the grocery store and gets stuff. And so that works. You know, normally every 3 days it's bread and milk. Bread and milk, bread and milk, bread and milk. Always. But, you know, due to the fact that he is a firefighter, we knew it was going to happen. He was off the entire month of December. Why, you ask? Because he caught COVID. Yes, he caught it on a run. So, you know, we knew it was bound to happen. As soon as they told us there was a possibility of it, I kicked his COVID butt out the... said, no, you go stay in one of those empty vacant rooms that we have, and you live back there, COVID boy. And so, for 3 weeks, I know it's supposed to be 2 weeks, but he was still hacking and cacking. I made him sleep, which, I mean, this was a plan we had in place. It's not like I was being mean and just like, oh, no, you go away. We had this plan in place. Oops. Those ABs stole my wax. Give me my wax back. We knew that it was a possibility that he was going to catch it. So we had the plan in place that if he does, you know, he sleeps in one of the girls' vacated rooms, which is fine. I turned one of the rooms into my craft room, and he turned the other girl's room, even though she's only gone part-time, she is still home during the summer. He has managed to put up his little, he was into train, has always been into railroad modeling. And, you know, when we had girls, he had to put his stuff up because, you know, we needed the space. And so now that the girls are gone, he gets to let go of my drills. He had to, ABs, oh my gosh. They're going to be the death of me. Now that the girls are gone, he gets to pull his railroad modeling back out. He was very sweet when the first girl moved out, the oldest one. I got to take her room first, even though I was like, well, you know, you can have your train room first if you want it. And he's like, no, go ahead, take it. And I'm like, bet, done, over. Not going to argue with you. It's mine. And so that was that. I'm going to start a new section. And so I have a craft room. He has his train room. They both have beds in them still. And we just work around it. It's nice to have space when, you know, like my mom, she comes to stay sometimes. Anyways, excuse me, back to the COVID story. He was home for a month because COVID. They wouldn't clear him until his, you know, coughing had cleared up and he was physically able to perform his job. You know, he's a firefighter. It's not like he sits in an office and can go back as soon as the 2 weeks is up. He had to be able to physically perform his job, and COVID really wore him out. So, you know, he wasn't able to. He wasn't even able to do stuff around here on the farm for a while. I was having to take care of the cows, and at least it was warm. Because I don't mind the cold unless I have to be out there working in it. And then, even then, I don't really mind it too much unless the wind is blowing. Add the wind in with the cold, and no, this girl wants to be inside diamond painting or reading. Under a nice warm blanket, happy with myself. So, you know, while he was down and out, frustrated because he is always the type to always go, 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 go. He never stops. He was not happy that he couldn't go, go, go. Hold on, gotta take a drink. But, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. So he was out for the entire month of December. Once they cleared him to come back, they owed him the vacation days from when he was out sick. Because he had, you know, he's been in the fire department long enough. He has seniority. He can get the holidays. So they owed him 5 shifts. 4 shifts. 4 shifts. Well, you move those 4 shifts, you know, 1 every 3 days, 4 times 3 is 12. So that was another almost 2 weeks he was, well, 2 weeks, because then you had the 2 days at the end of it. So that was 2 more weeks he was home. There was a week I went to town every day. Drove me crazy. I was like, no, this is not my life. No. I'm not supposed to go to town every day. I'm supposed to keep my happy little butt at home and just sit here and be merry. You know, go to town every once in a while, but, you know, no. So, that was our December. I got tested. My girls got tested because he found out the Thursday after Thanksgiving. Yeah, that he had been exposed and would possibly have it. So my girls got tested because my girls came home for Thanksgiving. We didn't have a big family gathering. Normally we have 30 people. This year we didn't, trying to be safe. So my girls got tested. I got tested. We all came up negative. And so that was good. My youngest daughter didn't get to come home from college as soon as, you know, Christmas break started because we were still in quarantine. So she went and stayed with a friend for an extra week. And once I got tested and was clear, she and Dwayne had been past his quarantine. Dwayne's my husband. She was able to come home. So that was nice. So then we just had my daughters. And since we had all been tested, we knew we were clear. So my mom came for Christmas, which was nice. And we just had a nice small Christmas. And then New Year's, some friends of mine who had also been tested. You know, if you're going to come spend time with us, you got to get tested. So my oldest daughter was with her boyfriend's family. My youngest daughter was with her boyfriend. And so we just had a couple friends over and we played dominoes and had a good time for New Year's. And that's that. My husband went back to work on the 12th. And I've now had, this is my second shift of him being back at work where I have time to myself. If you're not a fire wife, you don't understand. We get used to that every 3 days of having 24 hours to ourselves. And when you don't have that, it kind of like, you need to go back to work. I love you, but you need to go away. And so, yeah, that was about the point I was at. I was like, I love you, but you need to go back to work. Go talk to the guys for a while. And so he's back at work, which is nice. He said he missed it. But anyways, that's my life. We're getting ready for him to retire in 4 years. And we know that'll be great because we've done practice runs where, you know, he's had so much time off that we've been able to spend 21 days together and go explore, do what we plan to do once he retires. And so that's nice. We know we won't kill each other. We have been married 23 years. It'll be 24 in October. So we just, you know, just celebrated our 23rd. And it's all good. Our oldest daughter is 23 and our youngest is 21, and they are grown and out of the house and we couldn't be happier. We love our kids, but we raised our kids with the intention for them to fly the nest. And that's what they're doing. They are thriving. Our oldest daughter, even during COVID, managed to get a promotion where she works. And just the other day, she kind of got a sideways promotion where she has a new responsibility, but no raise. So we call that a sideways promotion. But she was happy. That was the next step in her plan for her job. So she's happy with that. And our youngest daughter is in her senior year at college. However, she's going to be spending an extra year there because certain classes she needed to take, she couldn't take at the same time she was taking other classes and blah, blah, blah. So it's just extended her stay. So she will be what they call a super senior. I told her I'm going to buy her a cape, like a Superman cape, but put super senior on the back of it, and she is to wear it around campus. She's going to school to be a teacher. We've told her, no, don't do it. I subbed at schools a lot. I was there almost every day because teachers knew I didn't put up with the kids' bull. I made them do their work. They didn't have to just leave busy work while I was there. They could actually leave actual classwork, and the kids, could move on with their stuff and not, be a day or two or however many days behind. And so I was there a lot. It was almost a full-time job. And which was nice. But, kids are smartasses. Excuse the language. There will be cussing on my channel. But kids are smartasses. And they'll try you. And they knew when I walked in the door that it wasn't just going to be a day of sloughing off and giving the substitute hell. They were going to actually have to work. And luckily, while I was subbing, we had a principal who backed the teachers and the subs 100%. So if I sent a kid out of the classroom, he didn't come back. He was in ISS, in school suspension. So the kids knew I wasn't going to put up with their crap, and they behaved. And so, I've tried to tell my daughter, teaching's not easy. It's great. Don't get me wrong. Power to all you teachers. I have a lot of teacher friends. I have teachers in my family. More power to you. But it's hard. And parents don't make it easier. Sorry, parents, but you don't. And so, but it's what she wants to do. She wants to teach high school English. She wants to be that teacher that inspires. So we back her 100% if that's what she wants to do. Rock out, girlfriend, rock out. I can't wait to see, I want to be a fly on the wall the first day she goes to school because she's itty bitty. She's short. So she's going, she's 21 and she looks 16. So I can't wait to see how the kids are going to react when she walks into the high school and tries to tell them what to do. But it's going to be fun. She doesn't want to live near home. We live in a very small town. Nope, she wants to go live in the big city. And so that's what she's going to do. And hopefully she'll get a job at a charter school or something. But we'll see. What else can I tell you about me? I went to school to be a paralegal. Did it for about 6 months and said, no, don't like it. No. And so I quit that job and went to work for investment bankers. Yeah, nothing at all to do with what I went to school for. But I liked it. The company I worked for was okay. And while we lived in the city, it was nice because, I lived and worked right there. It took me like 30 minutes to get to work, and that was in rush hour traffic, so it wasn't a big deal. And then when we moved out here, and it became an hour and a half, it got to the point where I was spending more money on gas and daycare than I was making. So that's when we made the decision for me to be a stay-at-home mom. And I've been doing that since 2005. Wow. Almost in May, it'll be 16 years I have been a stay-at-home mom. Do I still get to call myself a stay-at-home mom since my kids are out of the house? I don't know. I'm just a stay-at-home now. But it was nice. I was, always able to go to school functions for my kids. I volunteered at the school sometimes. Not a lot. But yeah. And I subbed at the school, so I knew everything my kids were doing, which they hated. they couldn't get away with anything because, you know, small town, everybody ratted you out. And since I was in town, it made it a lot easier to rat them out when I was there at the school. And then I quit subbing, and that's a whole nother story as to why. It had nothing to do with the kids or anything like that. It was a whole nother story. But I quit subbing and did what I had to do for a couple of years. And then I tried to go back to subbing, and there was a new principal, and things, you know, weren't the same, and, you know, I don't know, there just wasn't respect for this substitute. So I was like, yeah, no, I'm out. I don't have to do this. Bye. And so I left. I then started working for our church. I worked 1 day a week, and I was in charge of children's religious education. And I did that for 8 years. And it was great. We started a youth group where the kids came once a week, or once every other week. I don't know, it's been a while. We had a good time, played games, got to know each other, did fun things, did a couple of mission trips. We did our first 2 here in Texas, where we went to some poorer communities and helped out, you know, and then, you know, we did a garden 1 year, a community garden. 1 year we helped out underprivileged children. And then 1 year we went and helped out at a nursing home, which the kids, I mean, they liked all of them. The garden was okay. It was hot, you know. They really loved working with the kids. That was great. And then when we went and worked at the nursing home, they loved that too. They just thought it was so cool. Some of them heard some stories and, you know, learned some things, and it was really good. And then my next to last year, maybe 3 years before, my oldest daughter had already graduated high school, so she graduated in 15. So it was probably 2016, because my youngest daughter was still in school. We went to World Youth Day in Poland. Why, you ask? Because while I am not Polish, my husband is 100% Polish. His family can trace their roots all the way back to Poland. Some of his family still owns the first land that was purchased by their family when they came to the U.S. Me and my sister-in-laws, my mother-in-law had 3 boys, and none of those boys married good little Polish girls. Nope. We ruined that line. No more 100% pure Polish in that family. So, but the town we live in is a Polish community, you know, Polish heritage and all that. Our priest, we are Catholic. If you have an opinion on it that is crap, I don't want to hear it. Our priests, the priest that married my husband and I, Polish. The priest when we moved here to our little town, Polish. The new priest we have, Polish. All very strong accents, all from Poland. So, anyways, we went to Poland for World Youth Day because why not? And that was so much fun. Oh my God, we walked so much, had so much fun, saw so many different things. We went to Wrocław and the Beskidy Mountains. We stayed in Sławienka. I'm not Polish. I don't know how to pronounce these things. We were there for a week. We camped out one night at the World Youth Day grounds. It rained. It was so hot. It was so hot the day of World Youth Day. It was so hot. We camped out 2 nights. We camped out. Anyways, it was so hot. So hot. And we were all just wanting some relief because it was so hot. And we just prayed for things to cool us down. In the morning we were leaving, leaving the camping area, you know, I'm talking primitive camping. We pitched tents. Some people just had sleeping bags. It wasn't a, you know, KO8 campsite. This was on the ground in a big open field out in Poland. We looked like, I don't know. Oh, what was that thing in the 70s? Shit. You know, where all the hippies congregated. I can't think of it. Anyways, yeah, that's what we looked like. It was crazy, but it was fun. The kids got to meet people from all over the world. I mean, all over the world. So many different countries were there. It was amazing. They, you know, took shirts and banners and stuff to trade with people from other countries, and it was just amazing. And so the day that we were packing up to leave the campground to go back to our hotels, we're getting ready to leave the campsite. We're all packed up. It's hot. We're all sweating. And then it poured. The heavens opened. And it just rained. And rained. And rained. Now, mind you, the Pope was in town. So security was high. So it wasn't just walk, you know, 100 feet or so and we get on our bus and go. No, we had to walk 7 miles to get to our bus because, you know, they had a security radius for the Pope. I was so amazed by those kids. They're tromping through the rain, carrying their tents and their backpacks and all their gear, singing Disney songs, Queen songs. I mean, just spirits high, having a great time. Not a single kid complained about being tired or being wet. And I'm not diamond painting, and I'm sorry, but this just gets me going because it was such a good experience. I was so proud of these kids. And these kids were, you know, junior high schoolers. And they just had a great time. And it was so amazing. And most of the kids didn't stay in the hotel, which was beautiful, by the way. Most of the kids stayed with a local family. And my daughters, you know, both of my daughters went. My husband and I stayed in the hotel because it was nice. But they went and stayed with a local family. And they had a good time. They, you know, discovered new foods that they liked. They discovered some tea that they liked. And they just had a really good experience with all of it. Now, being Polish, they don't call my husband's mom grandmother or anything like that. They call her Staruszka, which we had always been told by her, by my husband, by the Polish priest, you know, everybody. Staruszka means grandmother. So we go to pick them up one day. You know, they had to walk from the house they were staying to a little bus stop where all of us old people that were staying in the hotels got on a bus, and then we went and picked up the different kids at their bus stop areas. They get on the bus and they're laughing. And we're like, what's so funny? And they're like, we told them that our Staruszka was here, you know, with us. And they were like, oh, what? What'd you call her? And they're like, Staruszka. And they're like, you know, and most of the people in the house didn't speak English, but one of the daughters did, so she was translating all this for them. And the daughter was like, why do you call her an old lady? And they're like, no, that means grandmother. And they're like, no, Staruszka means old lady. So that was funny. So now whenever we call her that, we just kind of look at her and laugh. And, you know, different dialects, different things. They are from a part of Poland, the Silesian Polish. So it's a different dialect from formal Polish or Polish you'll find in other parts of that country. So that was kind of different. But it was a good trip. Long flight over there. Both of my girls got stopped by customs. One got stopped going, one got stopped coming back. That was fun. But it was all good. Had a good time. I would love to go back to Poland again. The priest we went with, oh my goodness, it was go, 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 no time to stop. So, you know, it wasn't a leisure trip. We didn't really get to explore as much as we would have liked to. I mean, we had a great time. We went to the Beskidy Mountains, and it wasn't wintertime, so there was no snow on it, but we got to do a little bobsled thing down this little metal slide. That was fun. The food, oh my gosh, the food was so good. If you ever get a chance, go to Poland and just eat. Eat. Eat, 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 eat. So good. We did have the blessing of being there. The town we stayed in was our priest's hometown. And, unfortunately, his mother passed away while we were there, which, you know, was kind of a blessing in disguise because he got to spend a couple of days with his mom before she passed away. And then we were there to attend the funeral and to be there to, you know, to support him and things alongside his family. So, that was our last day in Poland. It just turned out that our last day in Poland was her funeral. Our last night there, the local kids came out and taught our group of kids some, you know, local custom dances and stuff, and that was fun. That was around a big bonfire. I was just sitting there going, please, nobody fall in the bonfire. I don't want to have to explain to your parents why you died in Poland. So, but yeah, that was a fun trip. I would love to do it again, but I no longer work for the church. I quit a few years ago. I wanted to quit my youngest daughter's senior year, but my priest told me no. And when I told him I was quitting the next year, he said, okay, fine. Well, I figured I found out later it was okay, fine with him because he was leaving too. So, but yeah, that was a good experience. They keep calling me, wanting me to come and work again. I'm like, yeah, no, I've done my time. Nope, I'm done. And so, you know, I'm just living my best life here at home, doing my diamond painting and any other artsy craftsy stuff I want to do. But yeah, so that's me. I think that's good for this first video. 30 minutes. Probably shared a little more with you than, I don't know. I'll try to remember next time to give you a roof update. I'll fill you in on that disaster we've got working on right now. Because I started talking about it and then I went off topic because that's me. That's what I do. So yeah, anyways, if you like the video, give it a good old thumbs up, subscribe, all that good stuff. Share around, let people know I'm here. And I will see you next time. Bye.